The next decision we have to make before we write the code is how do we know that we're done? And what are all the different behavioral scenarios that this feature needs to support? From the simplest login screen, you have a happy path where good username and password, they get logged in, or a exception path or a sad path where the wrong password, you get an error message, you don't get logged in. So through every piece of software behavior, every feature, there's multiple behavioral scenarios, and we need to list out what those are. After we've done the technical design, we have the complete analysis necessary to understand all of the unique pathways of behavior. And so we need a test scenario for each of those behaviors, because if we give it to a developer and the developer instantly says, "Okay, I'm done." Well, what is the list of things that I need to check to validate the assertion of I'm done, right? So that's the column, that's the stage where we do it. And the back half of the Kanban style board is basically validating the design decisions up front. After development, we do our functional validation at the team level to make sure that all the software works, the TDD environment and a team level manual test environment. Then user experience validation, probably someone in product management or someone that's close to the customer, does some manual testing and make sure the intended user experience plays out. And then after that, release validation, that's doing all the techie stuff to make sure that we are prepared to support and operate this thing, this new version, this new feature in a production environment and be able to support it. Okay. So if you look at this as a flow, there are lots and lots and lots of activities that happen. There's analysis that happens. There's technical design that happens. There's QA that happens. There's release engineering that happens. There's make pretty, UI design and color decisions that happen. There's all kinds of work that happens, but this is defining the flow and the order in which things happen, not the category of functional task. Okay. All right. Um, so we had a question come in. Where does the QA process happen? The QA process, half of it happens in test design, defining the test cases, defining the test scenarios, and then in functional validation and in user experience validation, we we make sure that all of the expected behaviors are in fact there, and the expected user experience design is in fact there. So the every bit of validation naturally is coupled to its analysis pair. And so you have the decision of what it should be ahead of coding, and the validation of did we make it like that after coding. And so um, testing or QA, and people talk about it in different ways, defining what it means to be good happens ahead of coding, and verifying that it's as it should be happens after coding. And that's why it's important to make these design decisions and then have all of those design decisions validated after the code is written and before we push it into production. So hope that answers that question. Okay.